Hey guys, so I'm doing a tutorial thingy. Yay! I have a very interesting setup for my mic right now, so I have to like freaking lean and draw. But so I've wanted to do a tutorial on how I do my lighting and shading and stuff, and this is the best way I can think of how to do it. So I have a drawing of beautiful Sharky Boy. The file's called Sharky Boy, and we're gonna learn the ways of how I light and shade things. After years of trying to figure it out, I finally have a technique of how I do the things. So yeah, let's just get into it. I sound like a stereotypical YouTuber. Yeah. Okay. So first, this is Fire Alpaca, by the way. I think this can work with like Paint Tool, Medibang, Photoshop. It's pretty simple and straightforward. So you get the magic wand thing and you select, and then you go to the select thing, click inverse, and now you can do things to just beautiful Sharky Boy. So usually I go with a straight multiply layer, and I usually go for like, I have this color set like this, and then I usually go a little darker or whatever, and then I put that on multiply, and that gives it a nice little color contrast. And what I do is I usually have 3 layers of darkness. I have this layer, and what I do is I erase from it. You can't really tell. There we go. I erase from it, and then that makes the light stand out more. And then I have another layer on top of that, which I'll talk more about when I get to it. But right now, where the light's gonna be hitting him, I just sort of erase those points. And I wanted to do a face just so that you could tell more easier. So I'll just speed through this part of this thing. It's the unknown. The unknown. Okay, so now that that's done, I feel like it looks good. Good enough. So then I go the next layer and usually go for more of a darker purple. And again, I set that onto multiply. And then you got this lovely color. And again, I go and I fill stuff in. I always lower the opacity when you do stuff like this because I feel it looks better and more cohesive. But yeah, you just go in and you fill in the darker parts, because now you got the lighter parts, the middle parts, and the darker parts. Plus, also, it gives some nice filtering when I do it the erase way. So yeah, I will, again, speed through this. So now that that's done, I also did a little bit of editing because I didn't like how the light was doing that thing. Then we select again, do the inverse thing, and then I usually do this with an airbrush because I've tried doing it with straight lines, the highlights, but I feel it doesn't look as good, it doesn't look as smooth. So I feel like today, usually I'm not as strict with the color on this. Let's try. I feel like that would look nice. Like a nice greenish teal color. And then right where you put the highlights, you sort of just add a nice little highlight thing. And then you tone it down. Also, another thing I like to do is I usually do this with teal, but what I do is I also add some backlighting. I usually do it with a cooler color, but this time I'll do it with a warmer color. Just for the sake of wanting to experiment with my colors more, I usually stick with purples and teals and some red if I'm feeling it. So just add nice backlighting. You have this a lot dimmer. It just adds a little more contrast to the thing, and just adjust how you see fit. And then I'm gonna select again, inverse, And then you can do whatever color you want for this. Let's go. Go. Oh, blue. Blurple. And then you color that in. And I usually use overlay. That's not very cool. And again, if you feel like you need to edit your colors, you can just go into the filter section and you can mess around with that. I like and I feel again that just adds a little pop of colorness. And the last thing I like to do is again select, not hue, select inverse, and the main color that shows up, like in this case it would be red because his hair takes over most of the picture. That was too bright and too much. Again, I go over and if your program doesn't have this, that's fine. This part's completely optional. I just started doing it. You go to color, and then I turn it down, and again, it makes the colors more cohesive, and they sort of fit together well, betterness. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much what I do for my filtering. I like it. It's cute. So that's pretty much it. Again, YouTube stuff, like, comment. Honestly, I don't care. As long as you just watch my videos, that's fine. But do what you want. Have a good life. Okay, bye.